Hey, Paul here, and today I want to continue what I started talking about yesterday on stuff for back pain relief. So yesterday I went over the hip flexor stretch, which will pretty much get rid of the back pain of about 80% of the people that have it. But a lot of times, because we sit down so damn much, and most people have a really horrible form when they sit down, that we end up with knots in our hips, which end up causing a lot of the back pain. And I'm going to tell you something right now that a lot of doctors and surgeons don't want you to know. That by the time you hit 40, you have at least one bulging disc in arthritis in your spine, in your hips. That's more than likely not what is causing your back pain. In a very minuscule amount of people, yes, that is causing your back pain, but in most people, that has nothing to do with it. They are just telling you that because they know they can get you under the knife and make a lot of money. Your pain will go away for a little bit, but then it'll come back because they did not treat the problem. They really did not treat the symptoms either. So, if you really want to get rid of your back pain for good and you don't want to go under the knife, so first off, check the previous video on how to do the hip flexor stretch correctly. And then what we're going to do is do some self-myofascial release for your hip extensors. So get a foam roller. This is a pretty nasty, very firm foam roller, super firm. Most people can't handle this, so you can find one that's not as firm. I even know people that use pool noodles. I'm not really sure how that works. I myself would just crush it. So take the foam roller of your choice, start softer, and then work up to the harder. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit on the foam roller, put the side that you feel the more pain on in your back is the side I would recommend starting on. So make sure you are actually sitting on the side of your hip. You are not sitting on the back of your butt. You are on the side of your hip. You're going to take that same side ankle, put it on the opposite knee. What you're going to do is you're going to roll up to the top of the hip where it meets your back and down to the bottom of your hip where it meets your hamstring. Excuse me. And then you're going to roll back and forth. See if you find some tender spots. I don't particularly recommend that you hold them to start with. Just kind of roll back and forth, see if there's anything there. If you give like 5 rolls and you don't feel anything, switch to the other side. Do the same deal, side of your hip, put your ankle on your opposite knee. Make sure you roll on the side of your hip. You are not on the back of your butt. Okay, this is the side that bothers me, so I definitely feel something at the top. So if you do feel like where there's a knot, just kind of roll back and forth over it. Like I said, do not hold the spot unless you're a masochist. And then if that really doesn't, help alleviate everything and you can actually deal with the pain, because I will let you know if you use a softball on your hip, it is going to hurt like a motherfucker. So you might scream, and I've had points where it was so painful that my leg was twitching. So take the softball, same deal, put it on the side of the hip. So stick to the muscle, do not roll on the hip bone, that will especially hurt, and kind of roll around looking for that knot, and then like I said, when you find the knot, kind of roll around on the knot, really dig in there. And I actually got my knot earlier so I don't feel anything. So you do that for like 30 seconds or when it finally starts to release, and if you need to go a little longer, that's fine. And then you should, once you do that, do the hip flexor stretch, and you should be all good to go. Now, when you do this, pretty much wait until your back is starting to bother you and be in a little pain. Do not just do it randomly throughout the day, because if you do it too much, you could have a rebound effect and it actually causes the knot to get worse. So if you have any more questions on how to help you get rid of back pain, we can set up a strategy session for free. So just either leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can personal message me and we will set up a time to get you started. So this is Paul F. Sweat, certified personal trainer, signing off. And until next time, train smart, train hard, train safe, train to sweat.